Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we are, obviously you know by the thumbnail, are going to do headlights. Now I did put a post a while ago on Instagram asking what you'd like to see, and I had a fair few people ask me how to do this, so this is what I'm going to do. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I'm not sure on the colour scheme yet, so I'll decide that as we go along. If you're wondering, by the way, yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as my previous video. This is because this is actually the same day. Hair still needs cutting, still need a shave. So, to start off with, you'll need a set of headlights. These look fairly cheap, decent set. Obviously they've got the hazing to the top, which is quite common on these, and I'll have a go at sorting that out at a later date. But besides that, you know, no deep scratches or anything. So, not a bad set. Now there's two ways that you can go about doing this. The first one, shaky camera. Now the first one is you can get a heat gun, which like what I've got down here, which is there. Or if you can be really sneaky and borrow the girlfriend or wife's hairdryer, you can always use the box method. And that's just a case of, if you get a cardboard box, you know, put a headlight in, seal it up and make a hole for the hairdryer on one side, and it creates sort of a better light. It creates a sort of an oven effect, which melts the black tarry glue in order to remove a lens. But obviously, because I have the heat gun, I'm going to do it this way. So what you want to do is work back and forth along the headlight, you know, slowly heating up the black glue. Eventually, it will become a lot softer, and you'll be able to prise the headlight apart, but this will take some time, so best not to rush, and try not to hold the gun in one place for too long, as it may melt the actual headlight. And every so often just grab a flat blade screwdriver and see if you can slowly work your way through the glue and prise the lens apart. This may take a while, so don't try and rush it. As you can see, after a short time the glue is starting to melt, and just continue to work your way around the headlight, slowly prising this apart. And again, you don't want to rush it because you don't want to crack any of the plastic. And as you can see, after a short time, glue's melting and it's starting to work its way away. I really need to invest in a tripod to hold this camera on my phone. It's quite difficult to do with one hand, but you get the idea. So I've been doing this for around about 10 minutes now, just slowly heating it up and prising it away. And you can see, if I can do it with one hand again, that it's slowly starting to come away. The idea was with the glue just to separate the seam, linking the lens to the back of it. And eventually, as you can see, headlights now starting to peel away. And there we go. And you can see all the glue around the edge. Really sticky stuff. So we still have the bulbs in, so the side light's already out, headlight needs to come out, and the indicator. Now the indicator is just flip this up, right there. That just twists and pops out, and the bulb obviously through the back rubber bit that you can see. Okay, so I've taken the bulbs out. Now I've heard that you don't need to remove this bit, you can just mask it up and spray around it, but for this purpose and for reference for people that do want to, I'm going to take this bit off. And to do that, just need two tight bits, and these two here, and this unit should come off then. And this should then just pop off. And just for reference, if anyone's asking, I also where the wires go in case they pop off. And here is the indicator unit. To get this orange bit off, you should be able to see inside. And still, you should be able to see inside little tabs all the way around. You just need to pop those off. From here you can just mask everything up that you don't want painted, but for this video we're going to take this chrome bit off, and to do that there's just 3 torque screws on the back, which I've already done. One there, there, and there. And once I'm done, this chrome bit should then slide off. Like so. And that can be painted separate, a lot easier. Also, this makes it a lot easier to mask up as well. Hi, I'm back with new haircut and shaved. So to continue, because this is a different day, this section, thank you to Scott from Ford Society Facebook group. If you're not part of them, go and check them out. Now, to dismantle this bit, he just told me that inside there, you can see it, is another screw to remove this section. So just going to do that now. You'll need something long like that to get inside, because it's quite deep inside. Once this is undone, and there we go, and there's a screw. Oops. Focus in. But once that's out, this just pulls apart like so. So that can be painted separate to this bit. So at this point now you can see the indicator section and the headlights completely dismantled. Now from this point you will need to mask everything up that you don't want covered. Yeah, for example the headlight and the wires in there. Now once you've done this, as I say, you can take your chosen paints. And I've got a plastic primer and the Colorado red, and I've got masking tape. Masking tape. Okay, so we have everything now to begin the process. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you how I've masked everything up. Now, I'm not saying it's the neatest or the best way of doing it, but it's the way that I'm going to do it, so hopefully it should turn out okay. This is the first time I'm doing it. So Also, I forgot to mention, obviously, just give the plastics a quick sand down just in case there's any contaminants, which there shouldn't be because it's been behind the headlight, but you never know. It's just good practice. Okay, so while that's drying, it's time to mask this bit up. Now, what I've done is, it's really fiddly. I need to redo that part there, as you can see. But, what I've done is I've left a slight lip just on the front, so it shows, but then tried to mask it all the way around the edge. Now, it's not perfect, but I'm just going to have another go and try and get that bit better before I start to paint this. So, I say it's really tricky, but yeah, you've got to do the best that you can do. If anyone knows another way, then yeah, let me know down below. And once everything's been painted up, fitting's just the reversal of the taking apart we did. And once everything's back, it should look a bit like this, possibly though in your own colours. Okay, and if you get the lens, you can give inside a clean, get rid of any flies, bugs, etc. that might have found their way in there. But if you clean it, make sure it's absolutely clean. No smears or anything, because once this is back on, you're not going to be able to clean it again unless you take it back off. Finally, to put it back on, what you're going to do is take the heat gun and all this glue that's around here, heat this back up so it's nice and slimy again, and do the same for any glue that's on the edge of the light all the way around. So what you're aiming for is it to be really squidgy, so when you push the light or lens back on together, it's going to sit in place. Okay, and what you're aiming for is for the lens to sit tight back up against the plastic, because if not, water's going to get in and you're going to end up with misty headlights. So the idea is to get this back into place as much as possible as what it did before. Okay, when that's finally back on, just as an extra measure, I've just found this in the garage, and it's not the best stuff to use, but it is black and it is weatherproof. So I'm just going to run this around the edge of the light just to help stop any water and moisture get inside. Okay, I've just been around that stuff. It's really icky stuff, almost like the Ford original stuff actually, but that should help it. So also what I've done is just give the lens a quick clean. As you can see, I've still got some haziness to the top. So no doubt in another video I will try and get a headlight restoration kit and do that as well. So I look forward to that if yours is the same. So there we go, that's one complete headlight unit. All I need to do now is the other side and job done. So that's it. Just got back from fitting them in this red hot sun. As you can see, I'm sweating like mad. So yeah, that's customizing headlights. That's the first time that I've done these. Probably not the best way of doing them, but it's just the way that I've done them. If anyone has another way that they've done them before, please let me know down below. One thing also, just some tips. The indicator section, as you saw when I did the first light, I masked up the reflective bit. Now if I'm doing the second one, I've actually found that if you leave the amber lens cap on and spray that, you might have seen that on the video while I was doing the second one, it doesn't seem to go through, so you can spray it, and it's just a lot easier than spending time masking that up. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this as a mod. It doesn't take so long, really it's just a case of painting, letting it dry, doing the usual things of masking up, spraying, waiting for it to dry, sanding, and so on. But I really do recommend it. Obviously you can see as well, from the videos I've done, the headlights do need a restoration. You can see the scratches and the yellowiness at the top, which a lot of Fiestas Mk6s have, common thing. So look forward to that one. Also I do need to do the fog lights as well, so that might be something I'm doing in the next video. I have to wait and see with that one. So again, thank you for your patience with this video. It's taken a while, but I've had a few things on at the moment. But yeah, what I can say, it's definitely worth doing. And say if you have done this and followed this video, let me know how it turns out, ways you've done it. It'd be great to hear back, some feedback. Don't forget, if you are doing this, you do need to take the headlight apart. You can't just spray the headlight, like Jay did, although it does look pretty cool. So thanks for watching. I know it's been a long one, but don't forget to like, comment, or even subscribe. And thanks again, and I'll leave it there.